Okay, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be installing this new gas stove where the old one used to be. I already pulled the old one out and that's been taken away, so now we're just going to deal with installing this new one using the BrassCraft Universal Gas Installation Kit. Alright, now the very first thing, I've already taken out the hardware and the cardboard and stuff that comes to protect the gas stove. Took the cardboard out of here and put in the oven racks. So what I want to do now is the oven also came with this little foot holder, and this actually holds onto the back foot of the stove so it doesn't tip over. So there's a couple ways that we can go about doing this. The proper way is to just go ahead and measure out from the distance, and there's guidelines on how to do that, so you're placing it in the exact right spot. But I'm just going to do it a simpler way, the guess and check way. So I throw it in there where I think it's going to be about right, and now I'm just going to push the stove into place, and as long as it's not screwed in just yet, which it's not, when I put the oven where I want it to be, it should adjust that little foot holder to be where it's supposed to. So I'm going to lift up on it and just push it back. Okay. And if it wasn't in place before, it is going to be in place now, as long as I was at least close.
And it might just be worth grabbing a flashlight and getting down and checking to be sure.
Before I pull it back, let me take a look and see if I want to adjust the feet on this. So that's height right here. Place this level here. That looks good there. That's good there too. Okay, so I'm happy with this. It's not wobbly, so I don't think I need to adjust the feet on this. Now, if you did get something off, there are feet at the bottom and you can adjust them to level things out. Let me pull this back out. Alright, so there we have our little foot thing, and I'm comfortable with seeing if we can install this guy. Now that that is bolted to the wall, I'm going to do one more practice to make sure everything's good. No problems there.
Looks good from underneath as well.
So now I want to think about installing the gas line. So that is the input for the gas line on my house. Comes up high, and it's going to go down there. Now our kit, this is what it comes with. Got our adapter right here. So I don't think I'm going to need this. I have a whole bunch of hardware coming out on my gas line already. This is already set up and I don't want to mess with it. In the end, it's the same bit end over here. So I'm going to reuse this. So it comes with two liquids. This is for installing on the threads of the pipe, and this is actually just to look for leaks. Alright, and one thing to point out, you'll see on a lot of these connectors there is one side that has an angle and one side that's just flat up with threads. We don't want to put any of the sealant on this flared side. You see where that, with that angle, that's the flared side. We don't want to do that. They're designed to connect just straight into these adapters like this. Now if we look over here, that one has a flared edge as well, so I won't be putting any sealant on that. But what I will be doing is tightening it down and making sure that this fits nice and tight. So this end should go into the appliance itself. Okay, so here's the back end of the appliance and where I'd expect to hook up this gas line. So I'm just going to pull this stopper out. Okay. I'm just going to check real quick. This fits inside here. I got it partially started. Now I can use my thread sealer and actually put some of that on there. Okay.
After we've applied some of the sealant, we can tighten down the connection.
Okay. I'm going to clean off this old thread. There really shouldn't be anything on here.
And and with one end of the line hooked up into the stove, we can hook up the other end into the main.
Okay, so now we're about ready for our leak detector. We'll rip this open. And on my unit, my gas line, this is where I go to turn it back on. Grab here. Okay, so let's apply some leak detector all around here, and if it leaks, it's going to bubble. I don't see any bubbling, just a good sign, but no bubbles there. I'm also not seeing any bubbles here. Alright, so I don't see any leaks, so I'm going to move on to plugging this guy in and then doing our first tests. So, let's...
The first time you use any of the burners, it may take it some time for the gas to reach up so it's able to light. But be patient and be careful as you try to light it for the first time.
Alright, one burner up and activated. Another one. Let's check the center guy. Alright, so I'm good with this. Now I can just move it into place. Alright. There we go. We are done.